What makes a party game fun? I mean, in Mario Party, it's the tug of war between the stars you collect and the fun, captivating minigames. In Monopoly, it's the satisfaction of claiming tons of money on a property that you own. However, what if I told you there was a party game to top all others? This is a party game that is a combination of Mario Party, Monopoly, Final Fantasy, and Dragon Quest. The game I'm talking about is none other than Dokapon Kingdom for the Wii. Dokapon Kingdom was a game that came out during the Wii era and was a very obscure title. However, it was not the only game in the series, as there are PS2 and DS counterparts, though we only got the DS counterpart Dokapon Journey here in the US. The PS2 variant, being Dokapon Kingdom DX, was only released in Japan. Dokapon Kingdom is a game that may seem a little complicated at first, but as you play you learn exactly what your goals are and what you have to do to succeed. The game presents itself as a party game with a story mode to it, and it roughly takes over 25 to 30 hours to complete one game. Now I know that may seem ridiculous for a party game to last that long, however I feel this works amazingly, because at the end of each week, or 7 turns, the game saves, and you can either stop there or keep playing. This is great because you and your friends can set up weekly Dokapon sessions until you beat the game, sort of like Dungeons & Dragons. The goal of Dokapon Kingdom is to be the one who earns the most money at the end of the game. This is done either by gaining money naturally through your job salary or fighting monsters, though the real way to make a ton of money is by liberating towns by defeating boss monsters, which dramatically increases your score. Now, to move along the plot of the game, you must do specific tasks that the king requests of you. Typically, the formula is to defeat a evil red giant boss monster a couple times in the chapter, and then complete some sort of fetch quest. It's always good to progress the plot if you're in the lead, because then you gain access to new areas with stronger monsters that award a lot more experience points. Also, if you're the one who completed the king's quest, then you achieve a castle, which is very useful as it is the highest paying piece of real estate in the game. Now let's talk about the level and job system in this game. So when the game starts out, you select your first job class from the beginning 3, which are Warrior, Thief, or Mage. This determines your base stats, and each job determines what stats increase after each level up. When you gain enough experience points, you level up, and as I said earlier, your stats increase based on your class. And you get an additional 2 skill points to spend on your desired stat at the time. You don't only have EXP level to worry about either, as you also have job levels, and these are easier to level up as they automatically do so after 7 battles in said class against normal enemies. However, if you fight another player enemy, then that counts as 2 battles for your job level up. Jobs can be leveled up to 6 times, and it's strongly encouraged that you do so, as when you master a job, you get the highest salary for that job. And after you've mastered a job, you can then switch to a new job and your salary will stack. Another benefit to switching jobs is that you can gain access to more jobs once you've mastered certain other jobs. For example, after mastering one of the first 3 jobs, you gain the ability to become a cleric. However, if you master Warrior and Thief, you get Ninja. Then if you master Warrior and Mage, you get Spell Sword, and finally, after you master Mage and Thief, you get Alchemist. Each job also has its own mastery ability, so collect as many jobs as possible throughout your playtime. There are also special jobs, such as Darkling, which is a unique and interesting mechanic to the game that is only available to the player in last place, and gives them a chance of catching up when things get rough. However, this ability comes at a price. To become the Darkling, one must be called by the Dark Whispers, which happens to the player in last at a certain time. After that, you must travel to the Darkling space, or wait for Weber to give you a contract that automatically teleports you to this space. Once at this space, you must give up everything you own, such as money and items, in order to become the Darkling for 12 turns. In this state, you spin a wheel each turn to gain Dark Arts points so you can use the Dark Arts. These can range from horrible to almost game-breaking. Acquire 200 points and you can evoke the ability that sends monsters to every liberated town in the game, and you gain an insane amount of experience points from each town unliberated, enough to grow over 10 levels. Also, as the Darkling, you're practically invincible, having 666 as your stats for every category. As game-breaking as this sounds, it's not really, especially if you're an experienced player and know how to deal with the Darkling. I feel it's a very fun and unique way of balancing the game. The last class I want to talk about is the Hero class. just because of how ridiculously insane it is, and this is due to its amazing abilities and its convoluted requirements to achievement. Stay with me. To become the hero, one must master the spell, sword, and ninja classes, which are only attainable after mastering all 3 starting jobs. Then you must also master the acrobat class, which is only achieved via random chance in the casino cave after betting 5,000 gold, then getting 3 fruits and a grate on the final roll. You gain a show ticket, which is used to become the acrobat. This is a lot more likely than it sounds. It usually only takes a couple tries. Then, after that, you need to defeat Rico Jr. after Chapter 4 and obtain the Angel Wings item from him. After you get the Angel Wings item, you must travel to the Daunting Mountain and reach the top level where you use the wings to travel to the Castle in the Clouds. When you reach this place, you must make your way to the White Loot space and randomly land on the Hero's License unless you have a skeleton key. Once you've gotten the Hero's License, you can then finally become the Hero class. Holy crap, I know that was a lot of steps, however it's honestly worth it. The hero class is more or less broken as it gives you 12 item spaces and magic spaces, and increases all of your stats +1 when you level up. And after all your salaries are stacked, you'll be gaining over 3.5 million gold for each salary, which is insane. It's a very useful job to have for the end of the game, and you'll most likely be the only one to have it since a lot of players probably won't go for it during the course of the game. Next, I gotta talk about combat. Holy crap, how long is this video, and I'm only now getting to combat. So Dokapon Kingdom has a very basic combat system, and when I say basic, I literally mean it's just glorified rock, paper, scissors. You typically have 3 options when fighting, which are attack, strike, or some sort of magic like Scorch, while the defense has the option to either defend, which reduces the most damage when hit with a basic attack, counter, which pretty much guarantees the death of the attacker if they used strike, though a successful strike deals critical damage, and finally some sort of magic defense option like M-Guard. Like I said, it's pretty basic, however this works for the game because then battles go by quick and you won't have to wait too long for your next turn. Though with that said, I feel I have to mention the main downfall of Dokapon Kingdom, and that is that when it's not your turn, you won't be doing much of anything, unless another player attacks you. However, I feel the game cycles through turns fast enough to where that's never really a huge issue. I just thought I should mention it. Seriously though, I do believe, personally, that Dokapon Kingdom is the best and most underrated party game of all time, and I feel it's a great game that everyone should try at least once during game night. I hope you guys liked learning about this obscure gem for the Wii, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya!